We're at Scottsdale High. I'm Andrew Hughes and we are starting the very first Skullbone expedition to the Central Highlands of Tasmania. The students have come to school with most of their gear and we're preparing them to make sure that when they get out of that bus at the Central Plateau that they don't freeze to death and that we all have a successful expedition.
Well, so far we've had to have the experts check all our stuff to make sure it's all appropriate for the weather and make sure that we had everything. Sleeping bag, sleeping mats, really warm clothes.
Alright then, and Sally had a look at your raincoats?
Not yet.
Well, let's have a look at them and make sure. Like I said before, you really had to have made sure that the raincoats are near the top of your packs, because when we get out at Skullbone Plains, there's no bus shelter to hide under. If it's raining, then it's a scurry to be organised as a group and get in and find our campsite, which I haven't been to, and none of you guys have been to. So it's a true expedition in that sense, that we're all finding this out together for the first time. And if you're not prepared for cold, wet weather right now when we're leaving Scottsdale, then you're not going to be prepared for it when we get out of the bus at Skullbone Plains. That's super important.
We've just arrived at Skullbone Plains and we're just checking out different areas for campsites. The site that 5 of us have just found seems pretty suitable for a campsite. We're just going to go report it to the group now.
So hard ground, rocky ground's good, something we're not going to have a long-term impact on. So this sort of stuff is actually pretty good. So leaf litter, so we're off the bare dirt.
Just before, when we were walking down here, we were looking for a campsite and I got sent out to find some water that we could drink from, maybe. And I found a running stream that I thought would be pretty good. So I've been on camps before that the water's been dirtier than that and haven't got sick from that. So, should be good.
What are we doing, Darren? Setting up tranches.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah?
So then we can cook our tea.
What are we having?
Some pasta stuff.
It's snowing everywhere.
Do you reckon that's cooked or not cooked? Because May reckons it's not cooked. I don't think it's cooked.
I do.
It's still chewy.
Chuck us a piece.
Cooked?
That's fine.
Yeah, see May, it's just you.
It's been quite a cold start and there's a few people who've got a little bit wet, but I think they're going to learn from that and hopefully over the next couple of days they'll manage themselves a bit better. We've brought all sorts of spares, so I'm pretty confident that even if a few things have been wet, that we've got spare sleeping bags, raincoats, warm gear, so I'm pretty comfortable with that.
I woke up pretty late. I woke marching up with a snowball in the face. Got outside, had a little snowball fight, made a snow angel. That's basically it. First time in the snow actually.
When it came to catering, I just thought, me times 15. We sort of worked through a food list, so this is what we ended up with. I ran past the ideas and no one complained too loudly, so.
Who cooked it?
Madeline.
Alright, first taste. Is it a pass?
Yeah.
Is there anyone here that thinks that they wouldn't like the idea of walking 3 kilometres to Lake Ina and 3 kilometres back again in the snow? Walk will do you good. It does keep you warm, and keeping moving is not a bad idea in the snow as long as you can keep dry and your toes are nice and warm. So the aim is just to get those 4 cameras set up somewhere between here and Lake Ina, so that tomorrow morning a group can go out and find them again. So what sort of gear do we need to take with us if we're heading out for a 6-kilometre walk to Lake Ina?
Water's a very important thing. A lot of the time when you're out in the cold you don't remember to drink enough water.
The other things I'm thinking before we go, things like getting this camp set up so that if these tarps snow again, that we don't come back to a collapsed tent site.
By the time we get back it'll be lunch.
Compasses and all of this stuff's not much good if you don't know where you're starting from. So having an accurate spot to start from is what we're after. If you want to hold on to that, Martin. The 4-wheel drive track, it just goes off this map here, which we're assuming follows this dotted walking track marked here and then continues right to Lake Ina. So if we had a whiteout where the snow came right down and we couldn't see more than say 20 or 30 metres in front of us, it just wouldn't be safe. But we've got a bit of clear air at the moment, so let's troop on. We started on the corner of this map. 1, say 2 with the bend. We might have run into the south edge of this copse of trees or this one here. Keep plodding on and see how we go on this track that takes us to Lake Ina. So, as a group, with all those different decisions that we had to make along the way, those forks in the road, and made the right one on each occasion, luckily this time, and we've found Lake Ina. You should be proud of yourselves as a group. It was great. Alright team, so these little doovies, we had a quick look at them on the day trip. We'll all have a go at turning them on. So this is just a clip buckle on the side here. Inside is our camera, which should be waterproof with this rubber seal around the outside. And then it's as simple as turning it on and shutting the screen back up. And we'll do that when we put it on the tree. And we'll see some flashing lights. And then we'll stand around and we'll walk in front of it and make sure that the camera is actually coming out and taking a photo. Then we can leave it sitting there for the day or 2 days until we come back here next time. So if we aim it down slightly, then we're less likely to get some of this movement setting this little sucker off and getting heaps of empty photos. Something like that looks pretty good. But I'll hold that on if you want to have a go swinging it around.
So do I tie a knot?
Yeah,
there?
You've probably got enough to go double it round. Now another thing, we won't wreck the ground, but just sort of make a bit of animals will sort of smell this.
Well, with the meat, we're trying to get some sort of carnivore, and it's got like the fruit and stuff, trying to get some sort of like possum, wallaby.
What type of carnivores do you reckon there are?
I reckon there might be a caddy devil, quolls, I don't know if they're up here, that type of thing, yeah.
That's holding the camera in. Shutting it back up. Now we can see some lights flashing. If we'll just stand to the side for a second, it'll turn on hopefully, take a photo, it'll wait 10 seconds. And if it doesn't get anything else in front of it and something goes in front, then it'll take another photo. It won't just keep taking photo after photo, there's a delay. So I know for a fact that these cameras have been a bit tricky. So if you come in, Martin, what we should see,
Red light.
see that red light come on?
Yeah.
Did the lens come out?
No, it hasn't.
Alright, stand back again and we'll just give it another 10. So one more test, we'll get you to step in, Martin, with your foot and just move it towards the food. Gotcha. Bang. Righto, let's go guys, these guys are getting cold over there.
I just went to 3 different spots, set up cameras in different positions just to see what else we can get.
And hold it up against the trunk and we'll see what angles we can get. We'll set this remote camera up and we're going to mark it with a waypoint on the GPS, so tomorrow morning when we come and check it, we can find it.
Yeah, we sort of chose where we're going to put the cameras by seeing if there's any scat or tracks near the places, and the one that we're setting up now is near a wombat hole, so hope to get the wombat.
Identifying this massive tree.
Yeah.
This eucalypt shows all of the eucalypts in Tasmania.
Dad has some.
Yep, okay, so you got it. I'll just give you a random side. Might be on that side, might be on the other.
Upside down.
Oh well.
Congrats. It's not that one. Oh, that one. Yeah, the leaf needs to be the right colour.
Well, don't worry so much about the colours of it, that one's dead. But look about the shape of it. Well, the bark is an initial thing, and then the leaves are very important. And then we've also got the seed pods. You can see that they vary from tree to tree.
Not that one.
After all that, what did you guys decide?
Blue ashes.
It's a blue ash. Yeah, but there's lots of different blue ashes. What was the name?
Delicatensis.
A delicatensis. That one. Yeah.
It's Skippy.
We went for a walk, a long walk.
How long?
9 k's, 8 or 9 k's through the snow. It was good when it was sunny.
Yeah.
Get on the chicken noodles.
Chicken noodles? Can I have a look?
Noodles, getting there. Oh, it's got a leaf. It was good.
So to go northwest.
Oh, we didn't actually lead the 4-wheel drive.
Is Doug giving you a talking to, or?
Yeah, no. Well, that fork in the road where we chose to go northwest, we just it comes out just over there, so we just went down that way.
Yeah.
And we came to a fork in the road, so we turned around.
Yeah, well that was a good decision, and I guess it's just the timing of it. So close to dark, without us knowing exactly where you're going. It's right on dusk, and it gets dark pretty quickly up here, and getting disorientated when it gets dark is easy. It happens without you even knowing it. So I was worried because in another 15 minutes, even though you just walked the track and you thought you'd find your way back, you could easily have gotten lost. So that was my big concern.
Like Andrew says, if we do something, we do it with clear instructions given or a clear destination. We don't just randomly go off.
Got to look after everybody. The good thing.
This one worked fine, obviously, because when we got to there, the food was gone, and we had one picture of an animal, it was a Tassie devil. 5 photos. Oh, there's a Tassie devil.
Seriously?
No joking.
You beauty.
Hell yeah.
Ah, well done.
So let's pass it around so we can have a look at it. As far as we know from the TLC, they've got observed scats. A Tassie devil.
They didn't have a picture.
They didn't have pictures as far as we can tell. And if we get evidence from 3 k's that way at Lake Ina, and we've set one a couple of k's up the road here, and we're starting to get a bigger picture of what's around. So how does that sound? Maybe one set back up over there, one going with a group to Lake Ina with the capacity to change the gear over the battery and the SD card down there, so it's fresh. And on the spot you can decide whether to leave it there or whether to pull it out, bring it back here and set it up somewhere closer to home, wherever we think we might find some devils, and do some geocaching as part of that. So, Doug, can you explain the geocaching?
A cache is just a name that people give to like a store or something that's been stored. So you might, if you're in Antarctica, they used to set up caches of food, which were like big deposits. They'd cover them in snow, and then future trips could come and tap into those, so they didn't have to carry everything. Coming from that word, we've got a thing called a geocache, which is where you put a little, it could be an object, it could be a message, it could be like a logbook. You place it somewhere and you record the GPS coordinates of it. So what I'm suggesting is we might write a message or get some little object that we want future students to find when they come up to Skullbone, go and place them somewhere, use the GPS to record the location, and then we can give those to the subsequent groups I think it's Ogilvy and Jordan River, who come up here, and we can set them the challenge of trying to find the geocache that we've created.
And you can send them a message on the website, giving some encouragement and things like that. All right, I reckon that sounds like a plan.
Well, we found a scat and we thought it might have been of a Tassie devil or a quoll.
There seems to be a high content of fur and bone, so it looks like a carnivore of some sort. And it doesn't look like it'd be from a quoll because their poo would be smaller.
There's just a few bones in there, but I wouldn't be able to tell what they are.
We found something in it and it looks like it could be scales of something, or a lizard or a snake or something. So yeah, we're trying to figure out what it is.
Looks scaly.
We're just marking this area on the GPS, geocaching. We're gonna put a bottle of some a note and some milk waves in it.
We've got some Milky Ways and we left them a note in the bottle. Hopefully they'll leave one for the next group that comes up as well.
We're gonna put it just like behind there. Maddie's already lost her mind.
Hopefully we can set up this camera. And, get a couple of pics. I can't remember.
Maybe it looks a bit disused.
Yeah, there's no fresh tracks, is there?
No fresh tracks.
Yeah. I'm not sure if there's one back. Full of rocks. I reckon, I don't know.
I'm doubtful. Seeing as there's like no new scats or anything, they've all been trodden over before. It doesn't look like anything's been scratching around here lately, so I don't reckon there is.
I reckon when you have a bit more look, there's something else a bit better.
So where might we look?
Wherever. And we'll just spread out, have a look.
So, are you looking for a particular vegetation type or?
Oh, small wombat holes. I'd like to get a wombat in a butt, I reckon. We have got one here.
And so even if we can't find another wombat hole, we could what sort of landscape could we put it into?
Well, I reckon a sort of a scrub. Well, this scrub around here, this like tracks that most commonly used that they've made. So I reckon maybe somewhere like that.
Let's give that a go.
There's some footprints here. I don't know. There's a bit of a track down there and a bit of a track down there.
Can you see any scats around?
No, not really. Yeah.
I think we should set a camera up on that tree.
I'm not really sure.
I'm worried.
So what's another place where we know that we'll probably be able to see some tracks?
It's kind of better to look for like mounds because you know there might be a hole underneath that mound.
Yeah, okay, that's one option.
In that clearing, in where all those things are, I'm thinking somewhere like there.
There. Sam? So, Foxtrot, I think we might meet somewhere like this. Somewhere out where it's nice and warm still. Yeah. We'll get some sleep mats out and we'll get the notebook out, go through the photos. We're going to have a fair bit to write about today, so I want to make sure it's nice and tight and we get a good message out there for the website.
What animals did we see?
Forest raven.
Wombat, wallaby. A frog. We saw a frog.
A smooth froglet and the Tasmanian froglet were the two we heard. But we haven't identified the one we see.
Our group was Foxtrot, and on our thing we had to go through like a heap of whatever it's called. What's it called?
A what?
Bog.
We walked a long way through swamp and found an unnamed tarn.
Did you name it?
No.
We tried to.
And we hid that stuff for the other group.
And we found a hut that had collapsed in on itself and set a camera up near there.
Apparently no one had walked past there for a long time.
Oh yes, I remember.
And we found rocks that had been moved recently and a human footprint.
When you're doing expedition reports, you need to think about what other people might like to hear about this place. And the more descriptive so that they feel like they're actually up here with us, the better.
Well, today we're going back to the little unnamed
it's
tarn.
not a banana tarn.
Well, banana tarn we named it. But we're not allowed to lead today. The other team is going to try and find a path. It's tricky, but it's fun. It's the funnest bit.
If you're not following your bearing the whole way, you just have to readjust it and take it again. Because obviously we're not going to just go straight ploughing through these rocks, because that's where our bearing takes us. We want to go around a little bit.
We had to go through the swampy bit again like we did yesterday and head up this little river thing. It wasn't as challenging as yesterday because we went closer to the side of the lagoon, but we should be able to do that on the way back if we have time.
Our navigators got us here. We walked across Kenneth Lagoon. They didn't take us the funnest way, but we're here.
It's day 4 at the moment, our second last day, and we are at the banana tarn, and we hope to be looking for another little hut.
Don't get Madeline to cut it, she's left-handed. Okay.
Pick up all the litter, whether it's food scraps or anything like that, and every one piece of litter I find after that 2 minutes will be a packet of lollies that you don't get back at camp.
How is that a game?
Time starts.
How's that a game? That's
now.
Where is the rubbish?
That's not fun whatsoever.
10 seconds.
Look, there's cheese here.
Head first, river. Cheese.
Stand on it.
Yeah, if I find it. Food scraps are rubbish. Yeah.
Well, we're on our way back to camp and we're going to go the difficult way, which is closer to the lagoon edge. So that's where all the water flows in. The swamp was just going to eat us.
Day 4, we've done a fair bit of work in some pretty trying conditions over the last 3.5 days. So I can see that people are starting to get fatigued and tired. Part of that's due to the sun, and part of it's just because we've had a big week so far. So this afternoon I'm not expecting lots of activity, but I would like to see people doing constructive things. It's the last opportunity to learn a bit more about the place we're at. And there's tree flips and nuka flips and plant hooks. All those things are available to us. There's also a big report to write. This is our second last one. I want to make it a really good one for the students that are following. So I want to get around lots of people and get their input into the report.
Guys, it would be very nice to really do a good job of documenting what we've been doing and explaining the purpose to the audience that's following us online.
Yeah, gonna dig into a big ass pizza. Supremo large.
That's just been a nice day, place to relax. Yeah. We've been doing work, but it's kind of been relaxing actually. It's been great. Some of the things I've learnt, you know, how to tell the difference between a forest raven and a currawong. Like a currawong has white tips and a forest raven doesn't. I learnt the scientific names of 2 plants. It was Eastern Candle Heath is Richia aceroa, and then the mountainberry was Cyclodoces parvifolia. Is that it? Oh yeah, that'll do.
Well, we are trying to make chocolate mousse, but it's a bit lumpy. So I am keen to get home, but I like camping.
How are you enjoying the trip?
It's pretty good.
Can you walk on water?
Yeah, that's how I got here. Finally started to get sunny instead of snowing and raining all the time.
I don't really know what I expected, but I didn't expect it to snow or be this hot, or I don't really know.
So far we've had snow, which is pretty cool, walking through the snowstorm. And the next day it got better, and that's when we split up into groups. Foxtrot was obviously the better group, and we found this banana tarn, which we named it, and today it's just got better with the sun. Yeah, I've liked it so far. Pretty fun.
I liked it when it snowed, but I was sort of glad that it stopped snowing because my feet were really wet. Today's good. The group's back together. Alpha, regardless of what Dana said, it's better group. Yeah. What? Yeah. People diss my cooking, so I don't know if I'll come with them again.
For normal school camps, you have to do what the teacher says and they tell you everything, but this one's got a bit more freedom.
It's been good working in the team and with the group of people. They're all really nice. Except Madeline. No. I liked the pineapple grass the best, jumping on it. That was fun.
Cameraman, you're gonna trip. I think you're gonna fall over a rock.
Okay. What do you reckon, guys?
Looks good to eat.
What?
He's got a face full of licorice.
Maybe.
Snow tastes nice.
Have you learnt anything about camping in snow or?
Yep, be well prepared.
Yeah.
What? Heaps of socks.
Enough food to keep your energy up for the walk back, do you reckon?
Hopefully. I don't reckon it'll keep Kieran's energy up.
Need some more food, Kieran?
Yes. I'm a growing boy, I need it.